Hey, 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 good morning. Carmina Mebs here. Happy to be with you. Welcome to Wednesday, what's it called? Hump day. We made it through half the week. And today is weigh in day because scientifically, the best day to weigh yourself is on Wednesday. So I have to tell you, it's a little, I think I'm finding out that, as in everything with this challenge, it is a little bit intimidating. Hmm? Like, it's just like your salary, right? Your salary is just not something that people discuss, right? You just don't say it out loud in public. And it's kind of the same with your weight. For some reason, um, people make it into this big mystical thing. So bear with me as I'm sharing this video with our friends at Walk It Off. Um, they make it into this big bad thing about yourself or this big secret thing. And, I've always found it fascinating as I got into adulthood, kind of discovering those rules that are unspoken and yet very real. Like it's a faux pas to ask somebody how much they make. And, you know, usually people don't volunteer that information. Do you know the only people who do though are entrepreneurs? People who make their own money have no problem saying how much money they make. No money, no problem whatsoever. So, and I think part of the reason is they owning that experience. They're owning the amount of money they're making, right? Because it is something that they took charge of. They are in charge of the money they are making. And, there is a sense of pride even if they're not making that much money, like even if the number is not what do you call it? It's not earth shattering. It's not, oh my God. They still have this sense of pride in putting it out there and just saying, hey, this is how much I'm making, right? Because they've earned it. And they feel that they own it because they dictated, they took charge of their path. And this is kind of how I feel about this weight thing. Hey, Carla, good morning. How are you, girl? This is kind of how I feel about the number on the scale. Now, typically, I always tell my clients, don't get obsessed about the number on the scale. Like I don't even encourage them to weigh themselves every week because I find that oftentimes it sets you back, right? Because you thought you were, if you felt like you were doing really well during the week and then you step on the scale and the number is not what you wanted it to say, you kind of feel defeated and deflated because you associate the number on the scale with as an indication of your level of effort. Well, first of all, I want you to know that it has nothing to do with your level of effort. The number on the scale will fluctuate even on the same day, right? You can weigh yourself um, at 10 o'clock, weigh yourself again at 12 o'clock, you have two different numbers, right? So for that reason, I always tell people, don't worry about the number on the scale. The number on the scale is simply an indication, right, that you're heading in the right direction, right? It's not a measure of success. That's not what it is. It's simply something to help you um, course correct when needed, right? Or let you know what, whatever you're doing is working, so keep doing it. So this is in that spirit that I thought today I would share with you the numbers, my numbers, right? Um, yes, it's a little intimidating to do something like that and put it out there. But you know what? You have to drink my own Kool-Aid. The fact is that number doesn't say anything about me, right? It doesn't. It just states where I am right now, right? Um, and where I'm heading. That's it. That is the extent of the power that that skill has over me. That is the extent of the power that you should give it over your life, right? And I like to compare this to a pilot, right? When when you are in a plane, you really, well, maybe at takeoff you do a little bit, but once you're in the plane, you really don't feel that plane moving, like turning. Like if the plane is making a left or a right, you really can't tell, right? Because the pilot is making adjustments, like tiny adjustments, 1% adjustment to the right or to the left, depending on where he wants to turn. And that's a good thing because if he did like a sharp turn, that would not be a very it wouldn't be a very good trip, right? You would get pretty scared, right? Because the shift would be so sudden that it would scare you to death probably, right? So, and that's the way you have to approach weight loss. That's the way I'm approaching it. Like this is not, I'm not expecting a dramatic shift on the scale every time I step on it, right? I am happy with a 1% improvement, right? Or even sometimes I'm staying at the same, right? Or you might get on the scale and your numbers are higher, right? And what happens then? So many reasons could explain why you went up, because you might see saying to yourself, well, I'm eating healthy, moving on a regular basis, and yet the scale either isn't moving or the numbers are going up. Okay, now, if you have been tracking so that you really know that you've been doing those things, it's not just a feeling, and the numbers are still not saying what you need them to say or you would want them to say, or at least the needle is not moving in the direction you want it to move into, chances are, one, your hormones are at play, right? It could be, a particular time of the month, especially for us women. Depending on the time of the month, we would retain more water, or we are bloated. So those things totally normal. So the scale will reflect that. If you've been working out with weights, right, which is an excellent thing for you to be doing, you'll be building muscles, and muscles weigh more than fat. And so on the scale, that's what's going to be reflected. So that's why, in addition of the scale, I do like to take my measurements, right? Because I feel to a degree, your measurements are a way better indication of your progress. But the scale is easy, right? So we do it. So my weigh-in results today, this morning, again, it's Wednesday. It's the best day of the week to weigh yourself because what the scientists say, because it's the middle of the week, right? You've had the 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, to get back to your diet or your good habit or your exercising. Whereas during the weekend, right? So if you are to weigh yourself on a Monday, for example, you've had Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where you got out of your routine most likely, and you tend to weigh more. Okay? I don't know if there's any truth to that, but I'll take anything I can get at this point. So, today's Wednesday, I got on the scale, and I am at 176.4, which is, 175.4, which is for me a difference from last week of almost 2 pounds. I was 177. I can't do the math, but 177 minus 175.4, that's 1 point something, right? So again, I'm not looking at that number and saying, victory or woe me. I'm not. This is just an indication, right, that so far it looks like I'm moving in the right directions. Like my habit stacking are working, right? My walking in the morning, my drinking water is working, right? It is not an indication that I'm a good person or that I deserve. No, it's none of that. Okay? I just want you, it's just so important to ingrain this in your mind. It's just a number. That's all it is. Okay? And nothing but a thing, girl. That weight is nothing but a thing. It's just a number. So, with that, I don't know if you are on this journey as well. I'm on a journey, 40 pounds, because I could stand to lose 40 pounds. I have to say, I am liking this journey because it forces me to kind of revisit a lot of things that I had taken for granted, right? And I'm feeling that one, it's inspiring my book. Did I tell you I'm working on an interactive ebook for you? It's going to be so awesome. So in that ebook, I am kind of recapping all my journey so far, all the things I've learned in health coaching school, and my strategies, my tips, if you would, just putting them into this book that's going to be a mix of an ebook and videos, and it's going to be so cool. So I can't wait to release it. I'm working super hard at it, and I will let you know when it's out. So this is something that I'll be offering on my website for free to my subscribers, to members of the Walk It Off community. So be on the lookout for it. I'm working on it hard so that I can release it around my birthday, or I said on my birthday, but now I'm changing it to around my birthday. It is definitely taking me longer than I expected, but I am so excited about sharing that information with you because I think it's going to be something that you can use and refer to whenever you get stuck, whenever you need an inspiration to get started. So anyway, it's going to be super cool. So with that, I have to run. I have to go to work. And I hope you have a great day. And remember, the weight is nothing but a number. You are so much better than that. All right. Take care and have a great day. See you soon.